Okay, let's unpack this. Today we're diving into um, a really fascinating and honestly quite provocative source. It's an audio excerpt called Proof of EMF Broadcast Can Lead to Lawsuits Against the FCC and Federal Government, hashtag kevinchristian.mp3 bumps.
Right. It's definitely different.
Yeah. So our mission here for you listening is just to impartially break down what this person believes is going on, how they claim they can prove it, and what they think could be done. Just to be super clear, we're exploring this perspective, not, endorsing any of the claims, just trying to understand the ideas presented in the source itself.
Absolutely. Sticking to what the source actually says.
So jumping right in, the main thing, the core assertion, is about an illegal broadcast involving EMF, electromagnetic fields. And the speaker claims they doesn't say who are caught using it and then turn it off.
It's a very direct claim, and what's really striking is how they say they're gathering evidence. They talk about using EMF meters on phones, claims they work very well.
On phones, like just regular smartphone apps.
Seems like it, yeah. They say this has been proven hundreds of times, though it's interesting they also mention wanting to get a real EMF meter eventually.
Ah, okay, so maybe it's a slight acknowledgement there.
Possibly. But they immediately follow up, saying they expect it'll show the same damn thing. So the confidence in the phone app seems pretty high, at least for them.
In this documentation, it sounds relentless. What's the driving force behind doing it so often?
That's a key point. The speaker asks themselves, why do I do this? Over and over. And the answer they give is, well, it's about collective action. They believe if, say, 1,000 targeted people did the same thing, documented EMF readings with video, it would create a clear pattern and proof.
Proof of this illegal broadcast.
Exactly. Evidence. Enough to make a case. It's about building that critical mass of documented moments.
Okay, so connecting the dots. How does this alleged broadcast tie into the bigger claims and the legal stuff?
Right. So the source explicitly connects this EMF broadcast to something called remote neural monitoring. The claim is this monitoring works because of the broadcast signal.
Remote neural monitoring. Can you briefly explain what the source implies by that?
Essentially, the source suggests it's a way thoughts or experiences could be influenced or even intercepted remotely using these EMF signals. And because of all this, they argue the whole thing is an illegal broadcast not sanctioned by the FCC.
Not FCC sanctioned. And that's the legal hook.
That seems to be the main thrust, yeah. They state this opens the doorway to lawsuits, specifically against the FCC, the federal government, even local authorities potentially.
Wow. So what's the proposed game plan then? How do they suggest people act on this?
It boils down to a massive lawsuit. The speaker literally suggests 1,000 people got together doing a class action lawsuit for $1 billion.
$1 billion? That's ambitious.
Very. The thinking is that a number that big would force authorities to take the claims more seriously. They talk about possible outcomes, like maybe finding these gang stalkers they believe are involved.
Gang stalkers being the term the source uses for people they believe are harassing them.
Correct. Or maybe just getting the damn thing off, shutting down the broadcast. They even float the idea of a criminal side emerging if there's a payout, suggesting it might uncover illegal activity.
So the constant documentation is absolutely central to this whole strategy.
It really is.
Yeah.
The source hammers this point home, documenting real evidence. They admit doing it 100 times a week because they see that EMF meter reading as actual proof.
Proof that could lead to, well, a lot of good things for everyone that's going through this, as they put it.
Yeah, it all hinges on that belief. Consistent collective documentation equals actionable proof.
So wrapping up our dive today, what we've seen is this really specific blueprint from the source material. It's about challenging authority, using collective documentation as the weapon, based on some pretty unconventional claims about EMF and monitoring.
Which leaves us with a pretty interesting question to think about, doesn't it? In our world, with technology changing so fast and information flying everywhere, how do we as a society decide what counts as proof, especially for things that seem way outside the mainstream, And what duty do authorities have to actually look into claims, no matter how unusual they might sound at first?